5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gents, back by popular demand.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Welcome everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over, welcome to Speek Lyfe Radio. It's your boy Emissary here, and this is our artist spotlight, and we are spotlighting the one and only Miss Cindy St.Vil. Cindy, how you doing?
I am doing great now that I'm here. What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? We are happy to have you in the building. We are excited to have you here with us, and we're gonna spend some time with Cindy, really getting to find out a little bit about this project that she's put together. Also, we're gonna be able to talk about just her story and just the things that she has gone through and how God has really taken her just to this new level and how important this project is for her. So before we get started, right, I know you've been an artist and you've been doing things for quite a long time. So how did you get your start in terms of doing music?
Oh, well, first, thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Second, before I even answer that intro music was lit.
Thank you.
Where you got that from?
Yeah. Shout out to my brother, Coach P, who actually produced the background track. So yeah. Shout out to my bro.
Coach, what's up? Let's talk about some tracks.
Yeah.
All right, and I started singing since I was 9. My mom brought home a Whitney Houston vinyl, and ever since then, I fell in love with Whitney Houston, and I fell in love with singing. Then my cousin introduced me to rapping when I was 11, so I've been pursuing it ever since then, and I've never stopped, obviously.
Right,
I can't help it; it's in me.
Nah, listen, just kind of seeing, like, your development as an artist. Like, I mean, you're not new to this. Like, you've been doing this like for a while, and just seeing how you are able just to navigate from singing to rapping to acting, it's been just like, wow, like, just like she got a lot in her closet of stuff she could pull out, and do. And so, I mean, even with all of those things, like, in what space do you find like you can be the most creative?
Oh, that's hard to answer. I feel like, how some people have the gift like to just sing, like, and other people have the gift to just act. I feel like my gift is creativity. So no matter what I do, creativity is in there. Even if it's cooking, like, creativity will sneak its way in there. So
okay.
I don't know, whatever I do, creativity seems to pour out. And I'm so grateful for that.
See. Once you start talking about food, I gotta ask now. I gotta ask. You know what I mean? Like, what's one of your creative dishes that
Okay, now for people who know me and they're listening, they would laugh at that question. But the truth is, my mother, who's the best cook in the world,
come on, Mom,
she taught me how to cook about maybe 6 months ago. And every time I try one of her dishes, like short ribs, oh my gosh, even my sister's like, wow, it tastes like my mom's. And I was like, yeah. So, I got all the recipes from my mom. So far, so good. I haven't made a dish that was like, ew,
Right.
So good. So
Yes.
short rib, that would be the answer.
Okay. Shout out to the short rib. Listen, ain't nothing like the short rib. You know what I mean?
All right.
And speaking about ribs and relationships,
okay, yeah.
I want to go into one of the tracks that you did a few years back. This track called Boaz. So we're gonna get into that track. Can you talk about what was the idea and how did you come about specifically this track? And also the video, because the video is, I love the video when I saw it. So
I appreciate that, because everyone doesn't have that same sentiment, but that's okay. I was actually in grad school, it was a film school, but it was grad school. And I was living in a studio apartment all by myself. And the feeling of loneliness started kicking back in. And I was going to just let out a sigh, but it came out, I just kind of yelled Boaz. So I was in the kitchen and I was about to go, but it came out, Boaz. So I was like, oh, I like this. And I just, I kept running with it. And I don't know if you ever remember that Calgon commercial years ago, where the lady, she's got so many kids around her, she's overwhelmed and she screams, Calgon, take me away. So it was kind of like me screaming to my future husband to hurry up and come take me away.
Yes.
So it was birth out of pain. So it was just really like, where is this man? Is he stuck in traffic? Like, what's all this traffic ever?
Right.
But yeah, so that I was just screaming out for him to come save me and help me. That's all.
All right, cool. So we're going to get into the track Boaz. Again, this is Speek Lyfe Radio. Listen, if you're tuned in, share the link, tell somebody, share this site. We are live with Cindy St.Vil, getting into some of her music, hearing her story, and we're going to get into this track right now. This track is called Boaz. Boaz!
Sing, brother, sing!
Let me bring it back. Let's get it.
For you, I've been waiting for you. I am waiting. Here I am, I'm waiting for you. I am waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. I am waiting. Here I am, I'm waiting for you. You are a blessing that was promised to me. I don't know your name, but my name is Cindy. From the beginning, we were destined to be. You are my Adam, and I am your Eve. And I daydream about the first time we meet. Questions for you, you got questions for me. I know it seems it's just a mere fantasy, but I still believe you'll be a reality. I am waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. I am waiting. Here I am, I'm waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. I am waiting. Here I am, I'm waiting for you. Hello, Boaz. This is Ruth. You've been praying for me. I've been praying for you. It is my prayer that I never neglect you. Treat you like a king and always respect you. Don't have to tell you to show me respect. You already know, no marriage, no sex. You're not the kind to say you're shorty, come here. Cause you love God and he's the one that you fear. I am waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. I am waiting. Here I am, I'm waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. I am waiting. Here I am, I'm waiting for you. Wait before you make a mistake. Move too fast when you're out on a date. Told me to pray, he'll send your husband someday. I don't know when, I don't know where or what day. He's not giving you a mate so you can just sin. He's not giving you a mate who's not born again. He's not giving you a mate so you can have sex. You're supposed to be celibate if you're not married yet. You're in an open relationship. That's not in the word. What do you mean it's complicated? Oh, is that what you heard? Cause I heard a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. So when your Boaz come, will he find a good thing? Will he find you working? Will he find you cooking? Will he find you waiting or find you looking? He wants to date you, court you, woo you, all that jazz. But you got to labor like Ruth while you wait on Boaz. waiting for ya. I've been waiting for ya. I am waiting. Here I am. I'm waiting for ya. I am waiting for ya. I've been waiting for ya. I am waiting. Here I am. I'm waiting for ya. Wait, don't be depressing, don't be stressing. You just wait. God said He's got a blessing if you wait. Don't you settle for nothing. You just wait. Here I am, I'm waiting for you. Wait, don't move too fast, don't you scurry. You just wait. If God said it, don't you worry. You just wait. No need to rush, no need to hurry. Just wait. Here I am, I'm waiting for you.
Come on, somebody. Come on. Yes.
Yeah, throw it back.
Okay, Cindy. Okay. Wow. So listen, the thing I like about your music and your content is that you don't shy away from some of the topics that sometimes in the church we tend to just hope people will figure it out. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to relationships and singleness, you know, we tell people about prayer and just those things, but in terms of, you know, the deep emotions, the physical, you know, desires of your body, those things, we like, just figure that out on your own. But, you know, in your music, like you kind of name things for what it is. What's the inspiration behind just being kind of clear and straightforward with some of those struggles that, you know, Christians deal with?
Honestly, that's just the kind of person that I am, which is it's good and bad because sometimes, like in a conversation, there are certain things you shouldn't say, and sometimes I just tell you the way it is, not the way you want to hear it, but the way it is. So it translates in my music. So I just talk about what I experience and how is anyone gonna know how great God is if they don't know what He did, if they don't know how He took you out of this or whatever the struggle was, whatever the sin, whatever the disobedience. If you don't tell nobody, how are they gonna know? And usually people are struggling with the same thing.
That's
no
right.
matter
Come
what.
on.
Especially in singleness and the loneliness, or some people deal with masturbation and nobody wants to talk about that. But like, you're a human being, you were made with that desire. So if nobody talks about it, then everybody's gonna be like, well, what are we supposed to do? Just sit here and cry or sin? Or... It's like I wish we had a leader to really just talk about things that are going on in life, not just the body, but just life. So I call it how I see it. Whatever.
Yeah, and then and you talk about a leader. I think that you're definitely one of those leaders. Because you've been looking at your YouTube page, just some of the content that you have, just talking about life issues and life things. Talk to me about what's some of the inspiration behind sharing the things that you have on some of your, you know, on your YouTube page, which you just talking about different topics.
Actually, I did not want to do that. I did not want to do vlogs, but I felt that the Lord was like, I gave you all this information and all you're doing is just keeping it in a drawer or just in the back of your mind. People need to hear that. I didn't give it to you for you only. I gave it to you to share with the world. It's time for you to stop stifling the gift that I gave you and just share, just talk about it, because you don't know who is going to help.
Right.
And then as soon as I share it, then, you know, people secretly message me and say, oh, I'm so glad you said that, because I'm like, oh, wow, I'm supposed to be obedient. So I share it because I think someone needs to hear it. That's why.
Nah, that's good. That's good. And so, speaking of one of the videos that I love that's on your YouTube is this Brady Bunch spoof. So I want to get into that, and then also when we come back from this track, I want to talk about just your story in terms of what you recently had to overcome and just kind of share just some of the things that you had to battle through. So don't go nowhere. We're going to get into more of Cindy's story, and then also we're going to get into the feature track, Worse Than a Virus. Could you imagine being that dude that you're worse than a virus? You know what I mean? Like, what did you do? What did you say to this woman of God that she got to call you worse than a virus?
Wow.
We're gonna get into this. We gotta get into this. But right now we're gonna get into the Brady Bunch spoof. Don't go nowhere. Speek Lyfe Radio, Artist Spotlight, Cindy St.Vil in the building. Your boy Emissary. We getting it in. All right, don't go nowhere. Okay, that is.
But the sound effect is still lit, though. The sound effect is still lit.
That is not what I wanted. All right, let me see if I can just pull it up on YouTube. I'm like, hold up, is that CC Waters? I'm supposed to be playing the Brady Bunch joint. Let me see.
Hey, if you want to give me credit for CC Waters, I'll take it.
Yeah, this is CC Waters. All right, hold up. Shout out to CC Waters, because growing up, that was one of my crushes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my wife, too. You know what I mean? Because she's my crush forever. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, you know what I'm saying? CC Waters, you know what I'm saying?
Good save, brother.
Yeah.
Good save.
I was going to take her last name. I was going to be Emissary Waters and be a part of it. Nah, but let's get into it. All right, give me a quick second. But talk about what went into creating this Brady Bunch spoof. Like what into you creating that?
Well, the Brady Bunch spoof is actually the first song that I created while I was paralyzed. I know we're going to talk about that soon, but when I was at that stage where I was paralyzed, I had to have my mother sit me up on the bed so that I can create. But I couldn't hold my head up too much. So I didn't have the energy to fully create a brand new song. So here's the story. It just popped up in my mind, and I was like, you know what? I could change these words to fit me for now because I can't make a beat yet. I can't do anything.
Right.
So I just decided to make it funny and make it a spoof, but make it true about disobeying God. And, God said no to this guy, and I said yes. And now I'm complaining about him being worse than a virus because I didn't listen when God said no in the first place. So yeah, that's what all that was about.
All right. I'm going to try to play it right now. Let me see. Can you hear it?
No, I don't hear it.
Okay. All right. Give me a second. All right.
No problemo, son.
Yeah, so listen. Let's talk about it. I mean, maybe right now is the space to talk about it. So, you talk about being paralyzed. Like, we can't even brush over that. Like, talk to us about what happened, in that space and, what occurred.
So I was living in New York, and I always had to take personal days and sick days to go to the doctor because my eyelids swell. It's swollen. It was swollen. But it was swollen for like 6 months. So it was a little weird. So I went to the doctor, the regular doctor, and then they sent me to like 7 other doctors. And all of the doctors were looking at me like, why's your eye swollen? And I'm looking at them like, you're the doctor.
Right.
You
Hello.
So I decided to move to Los Angeles to pursue my goal in filmmaking and music. And as soon as I got here, my body began to break down a lot. My fingers were weak. I couldn't get my foot into the car. I couldn't get up when I sat down. Until one day I just woke up paralyzed. So at this point, I'm being rushed to the emergency room. And when I get there, they're like, we're not going to let you go until we figure this out. So about 6 weeks later, they say, you know what? There's an autoimmune disease disorder that we're going to diagnose you with. It's called polymyositis, and what it does is it weakens your muscles and your bones in every part of your body, your tongue. So that means if you're eating, you can choke on your food. So they had
Wow.
to stop giving me food. It was just like liquids. Everything had to be liquid so I wouldn't choke on it. And I couldn't hold my neck because the muscles in my neck were weak. I couldn't lift my hands because the muscles were weak, just all over. And it makes you fatigue. I remember trying to put on one sock, and I put on the sock. It took 5 minutes. Then I had to take a 10-minute nap, then get up, then put on the other sock for another five
Wow.
minutes, then another 10-minute nap. It was just really bad. And it got to the
Wow.
point where like people were bathing me and wiping me and
Wow.
feeding me. Because if you can't lift your hand to put it to your mouth, then someone's going to have to do it for you.
Right.
Yeah, I was literally worse than a baby because a baby doesn't have that diagnosis,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm very cautious now,
Mm-hmm.
especially during COVID.
Mm.
um I'm very cautious now because my immune system is bougie. That's what I call it, bougie. It's a little conceited. Like, I don't want everybody around me like that,
Right,
so
right,
back up,
right,
back up.
right, right, right. Respectfully, back up.
Yeah, respectfully, literally. So while everyone has immune systems that protect them, I have to protect mine so that I
Mm.
can, do what I need to do. But at the same
Wow.
time, I was dealing with the breakup from the ex that God told me not to go out with. I was
Mm.
dealing with abandonment because there was no one really there for me but my mother, my father, my sister. So I was just
Mm.
like, where's everybody at?
Right,
So it
right.
was just a lot.
Mm.
So then I started writing songs.
Come on. Come on. Wow.
And the rest
Wow.
is history. Yeah.
Wow. All right, so we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna get into the Brady Bunch spoof. I definitely got it right now.
Right.
Um, but yo, it's just so. I mean, to be in the space where you're dealing with so much physically, I'm sure mentally, emotionally, but yet you still able to tap in that creativity. Like, how important was that for you, even while you're battling all these different things? Like, was it easy to tap into that place, or was it hard to go into that place because it's like, woe is me? How can I be creative with all this bad stuff happening? Like, how are you able to transition and be creative while dealing with all of these things going on inside of you?
The only reason I wasn't like, woe is me,
Mm-hmm.
is because the Lord spoke to me before I was paralyzed and
Mm.
said, I'm gonna heal you. But
Mm.
I was thinking like God is tripping because I'm not sick. So why do
Mm.
you keep telling me you're gonna heal me? So
Mm.
when I got sick, I realized that God was saying, listen, this is going to happen, but I
Mm.
got you. So don't worry.
Mm.
So I wasn't
Wow.
worried the whole
Yeah.
time. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, will I walk again? I wasn't. I
Mm.
just knew that I would walk again. I was
Mm.
just bothered by this medication I was taking, and it
Mm-hmm.
made me suicidal. It made me feel
Mm.
suicidal 8 times a day, literally, in
Mm.
the beginning. So when I was able to write the songs and sing the songs, it wasn't hard to tap into. It was a way of escaping the emotion of the pill. It was like,
Wow.
all right, forget the pills. Let's just write the song because we love it. We love writing songs. We love
Mm-hmm.
harmony. We love singing. So
Mm-hmm.
do that. So it was kind of like a therapy for me.
Mm.
So I enjoyed the creative process for sure.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah.
that's powerful because sometimes God will give us a word and we don't know how it applies or when it applies, but you know
Yes.
it's from God. And
Yes.
then stuff happens and it's easy to get caught up in this stuff. But when you got like that word God gave you and it's like that big joker, you still gotta play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta have the word and it's like, I know God said it, but you gotta actually be active with it and believe in it. And
Yeah.
sometimes for us when we go through things, it's hard to hold on to that word and actually use it in the midst of
Oh
our
yeah.
battle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it's not that I was super strong because people
Mm-hmm.
always say you're so strong, but I don't think it's that. I think it's that God kept telling me repeatedly, even while I was sick in the hospital, there was only 3 channels that worked. One had a fish screensaver the whole time. The other one was news, and the other one was Joel Osteen. It was nothing but preaching. Joel Osteen, T.D. Jakes, Joyce Meyer, all day.
Wow.
And every time they spoke, it was the same message. God was just like, I'm going to heal you.
Wow.
I'm going to heal. So it was hard for me to be like, I'm scared. It was just kind of like, all right, I get it already. You're going to heal me, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, that's amazing. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching someone who has been healed. Because sometimes, we hear about miracles and things that God's done, and we read it in the Bible, and it's like, dang, I wish God was still doing that or whatever. But no, God is still doing it. God is still touching people. God is still there. He's still active. So, prayerfully, someone will be encouraged by this story. And by your testimony. But let's get into the Brady Bunch spoof. Let's get into it. Let's go.
When I meet a guy that I like, and I pray. I met this guy. The first time I saw him, he had no shirt on. I said, God,
that's already a setup.
Okay.
I just saw this man, and he touched my very soul. I want him to be my boyfriend.
Come on.
And after I prayed, I heard God say,
what do you say?
No. So I said, you know what, God? No. I'm not missing out on another relationship because I feel that you're saying no. So I went for it. And this is what happened.
Here's the story of a boy who played me. He was fooling around with some other girl. He pocket dialed me on his phone. I heard him talking, messing around with this girl. Please understand that I was single and I just wanted to have a boyfriend of my own. So I prayed to God and I told him I don't want to be alone. And then one day he told me let that boy go. I said no, I ain't single anymore. But it was true, he broke my heart, he hurt me. That's what happens when you're not obedient. That's why it pays to always be obedient.
Pow. Where my bomb at? That's why it pays to be obedient.
Yes, it does.
But the flesh be playing them games.
Yes.
Come on. We're going to be honest. The flesh be playing them games.
Yes.
Okay? This dude over here with no shirt on, trying to distract Cindy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ladies with them sundresses sometimes messing with brothers' minds.
Oh, that's what it takes is the sundress? Let me go.
Yeah, the sundress means be having bros bugging out, man. Summertime, you got to keep your eyes closed. But again, I just love your creativity. Like, I love your ability to, like, transition from singing to rapping. Like, even how you spoke about, like, just the harmonies and the sounds that you hear, your ability to kind of execute those things, I think is so cool. Talk about More Than a Virus. Like, what made this song come to fruition?
Well, you'll find that when you actually disobey God, unfortunately, you'll find why he said no in the first place. And I experienced everything but physical abuse when I was in, because I'm not the type of woman you could physically abuse, you know, because I might spaz, you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Then I'm a believer, okay? So I'm not that girl. But
Right.
he abused me in every other way that he could, whether it was mentally, by telling. Once he told me, he said, you're pretty, but you're no Beyonce, and to him, that was a compliment. Now I'm like, how am I supposed to be Beyonce?
Right.
How am I supposed to look in the mirror and snap my hands and make myself Beyonce?
Right. And bro, are you Michael B. Jordan, bro? What's up with you, bro?
Hello,
you serious, bro? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I be doing this to snuff dudes. Go ahead.
He was psychologically oppressing me, basically making me feel that I wasn't worthy. He once told me, you'll never find another man to love you. So, I'm basically it for you because no one else is going to go out with you. He said a lot of things and he abused me verbally. He called me all kind of names, stupid, retarded, idiot, like you don't have no sense. And I'm just like, every time I talk to him, I feel less and less of a person, less and less of a woman, less and less of a human being. I felt like trash. That's every time I was around him, he just made me feel like garbage, like useless. So then when I finally got I was in a desperate mode. So I got on my knees and I told God, like I said in the song just now, I told God that I'm going to go out with him no matter what. So I said, I know you don't want me to go out with him, Lord, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then I had the nerve to say, in Jesus' name, amen. I had the nerve to say that. And as soon as I sat up, my phone rang and it was him. So I picked up, I'm like, hey, babe, all the stuff, right? And I hear him talking, but he's not talking to me. The Spirit of God says to me, just listen. So I pressed the phone really hard to hear, and he's talking to this other girl. He's just like, oh man, you look so good in those shorts, and you give me feelings, you arouse me, let's go to the beach, and all of that stuff. And I'm just like, my heart literally, like, it dropped. I feel like I was on a roller coaster. It dropped. And the Lord was like, this is what I was trying to show you. This is why I said no. So I saw you was going to just go ahead and be official with him. So I had to just show you. And then he gets on the phone like, oh my gosh, how long have you been listening? And I'm just like, long enough to know it's
since
over.
Yesterday, dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, he accidentally pocket dialed me because he put it in his pocket and he accidentally tapped it. It wasn't an accident. That was God.
Come on. That's why. Listen, I be telling brothers, if you gonna mess with a woman of God, understand that there's other things working to make sure God gonna protect his daughters. You know what I mean? Now, whether or not they listen or not, that's on them. But that's God gonna protect, you know what I'm saying, his daughters. You know what I mean? True. So that's amazing.
But
all right, so go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I take full responsibility for my action because you can't change him, but you can change yourself.
Yeah.
So you take responsibility because God told you no in the first place.
Right.
So you messed up. So I take responsibility for my terrible decision, but he was worse than the
virus. All right. Well, we gonna hear you sing and talk about it right here. All right. This is our featured track, More Than a Worse Than a Virus. You know what I mean? Let's get it in.
Some things are worse than quarantine. This guy is worse than the virus. You see the lines read in between. This guy is worse than the virus. Some things are not as they seem. This guy is worse than the virus. The grass is not always green. Some things are worse than quarantine. This guy is worse than the virus. You see the lines read in between. This guy is worse than the virus. Some things are not as they seem. This guy is worse than the virus. The grass is not always green. Anybody there? Hold up, wait, stop. Wait a minute, how you gonna start something that you can't finish? Oh, so you pop by now, you need this spinach, you don't understand me, you don't speak English? I see,
So that's why you be cursing me in French. You see what happens when you give someone an inch? I used to be a starter, but now I'm on the bench. I guess I should've never introduced you to my friends. Okay, I'll ask your side chick for advice. After all, she was my friend before you hit that, right? I took a chance on love, I rolled the dice. I guess I'm out of luck, cause I landed on you twice. Telling me you messed up's not gonna suffice, cause your lie's so thick I can't cut it with a knife. I know COVID-19 caused a lot of strife, but you're worse than the virus.
Don't
you're
say I didn't warn you.
Right
Some
now.
things are worse than quarantine. This guy is worse than the virus. You see the lines, read in between. This guy is worse than the virus. Some things are not as they seem. This guy is worse than the virus. The grass is not always green.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Ring, ring. Hello? Don't let him in. You had a second chance, but you played me again. Will I take you back? Well, that depends. How many times did you bang my friend? Was it once? Was it twice? Is she the one you liked? Was it 3? Was it 4? Did I meet her before? Was it 5? Was it 6? It's getting ridiculous. Was it 7? Was it 8? How many women did you date, man? I'm not staying, I just came to make a statement. Don't wanna ride with you, I'd rather hit the pavement. Do you remember when I caught you in the basement? That's not the kind of pain that you could just erase, man. I would rather be stuck in quarantine than to be with you just so you could be mean. And you call me names as part of your routine. So many dirty tricks you say I was lucky.
Some things are worse than quarantine. This guy is worse than the virus. You see the lines, read in between. This guy is worse than the virus. Some things are not as they seem. This guy is worse than the virus. The grass is not always green.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh boy, here we go. Who that girl you sleeping with? You really think I didn't know? You thought that you was being slick. You thought that you was on the low. The 2 girls you messing with, one of them about to go. Here's a hint, it's me. I won't be back, you'll see. I'll get a man that gets me. You'll change, we'll see. Don't take abuse, take heed. Gather up your clothes, please. Bag it up like groceries. Don't stop, proceed. Your love is like a virus. The more you talk, it makes me sick. The more you lie, the worse it get. Now I know what the problem is. We're not the same, we're opposites. You don't say nothing positive. Your words are so derogative. That's why I'm not cooperative. And it is my prerogative to lift my voice in octave. This has to die so I can live. I've given all that I could give. Extremely argumentative. You like being so negative. Yes, you do. No, I don't. I bet you will. No, I won't.
Some things are worse than quarantine. This guy is worse than the virus. You see the lines, read in between. This guy is worse than the virus. Some things are not as they seem. This guy is worse than the virus. The grass is not always green.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Some things are worse than quarantine. This guy is worse than the virus. You see the lines, read in between. This guy is worse than the virus. Some things are not as they seem. This guy is worse than the virus. The grass is not always green.
Don't be deceived.
Some things are worse than quarantine.
Yeah. 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 Bro, you worse than the virus. Wow. Listen, shout out to everybody showing love, man. I got a few text messages, people saying that they are really enjoying the interview, saying that they're really enjoying the music. Shout out to DJ Jordan Knox. She's one of our DJs here on the station. She said this. She sent me a text. She said, "Tell her I said this is fire. Really feeling this. Reminds me of Lauryn Hill meets Eminem." You know what I mean? So come on.
Yay!
Come on. Come on. Yes.
One of my 2 favorite rappers.
Wow.
Eminem
See?
and Lauryn Hill. Yes.
See? Come on.
Yes,
Come
Lord,
on. Come on. Come on.
What are you doing?
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. You know what I
Thank you so
mean?
much. Thank you.
No doubt,
Yes.
no doubt. So, where can we find the project, the music? How can we find it?
Okay, it's available on every single platform you can think about.
Come
It's
on.
available on Spotify, on Apple Music, iTunes. You could actually literally go to Facebook and just type it in. And if you want to use that clip for your video, you can do that. It's available on TikTok the same way, Instagram, wherever you need it,
It's there. Come on. She done did the work. Wherever you need it, it's there. Wherever you find music, it's there. Now, here's my question. Is there a video in the works or what's up? Like, let us know. Exclusive.
Now, I know you didn't think I was gonna do a song Words of the Virus and not make a video.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
The video is absolutely on its way sooner rather than later. I just want to say I've been working on this video for months now.
Wow.
And
okay.
The issue that slows me down is that I'm about 96% recovered. So that 4%, when I'm lifting the camera, it slows me down. It tires me out. So when I lift the camera and I'm supposed to press record, I'm too tired. I need to go sit down and rest, and then go back and press record and change clothes. Because I shot everything by myself. I edited the video by myself. And then everything by myself. So it was a little exhausting.
Yeah. Come on.
So I'm ready, but my body's like, yo, we're not 100% yet. So
we getting there, but
you rushing. But it will be out soon.
Yo, again, shout out to Cindy. Again, a true creative. Just as she said, she's shooting the video herself. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just your creativity. I'm just amazed to see what God is going to do with you and through you. And just know here at Speek Lyfe Radio, Speek Lyfe TV, like we are definitely a fan. We definitely want to support you, and we are here for you, sis, with everything that you got going on. For real.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and I really dig what you're doing here, and I wish you much, much, much. Matter of fact, I pray that God makes this the #1 radio station and blows your mind. Just put in the work.
Yes. Come on.
Put in the work. Yeah.
Amen. I received that. All right, so listen, Cindy, we thank you for sharing your music with us, your story with us. We will be in contact. Your song will be in rotation here at Speek Lyfe Radio.
Thank you.
So just know that, all right?
Thank you so much.
All right, sis, be blessed. And we're going to play the track one more time. We're going to go out on that. And again, you can watch this interview. It's going to be available on YouTube and Facebook. And definitely download the Speek Lyfe Radio app. It's available in the Apple Store, the Google Store. And also you can listen on our website, www.slradioxm.com. All right, y'all be blessed. We'll see you.
Some things are worse than quarantine. This guy is worse than the virus. You see the lines, read in between. This guy is worse than the virus. Some things are not as they seem. This guy is worse than the virus. The grass is not always green.